Do old school methods of physical fitness work, or do they not work, and are they just for weaklings? The reason why I'm asking this question is that we had a very recent video in which I was doing some Indian club swinging along with some other things from the 1800s, and a lot of people jumped on to comment that basically when you're using the momentum, these sort of swinging motions, that's really not going to build any muscles or use your muscles at all, and basically that the people in the 1800s were mostly weak, which could only be said by someone who has never done these methods, because if you do try to swing these clubs, you're going to find very quickly that it's not an easy thing to do. I think where the disconnect and the confusion comes from is that people are they're projecting a modern fitness mindset onto these methods, and modern fitness comes 90% from bodybuilding, from 20th century bodybuilding, so there's a big disconnect there. And the fact is that, yeah, so what I have here is a 5-pound antique Spalding club that they would have used at the time, and granted, if you used it like a modern free weight today, in which you're trying to milk as much resistance as possible from very slow controlled motions like that, then yeah, it's going to be ridiculous. It's like I said, it's 5 pounds, which today is nothing. However, for swinging an Indian club, 5 pounds is no laughing matter. And the reason being is, I'll try to show you here, but you've got to imagine, even though it's only 5 pounds, when you've got it out like this, you've got to imagine that 5 pounds, it's like having a 5-pound dumbbell on the end of a 2-foot stick. And simply keeping a hold of that thing, that creates a tremendous amount of leverage on your fingers and your wrist. And you do work your forearms quite a bit doing these motions. The other thing is that having your arms extended for a great part of that actually requires a lot of stamina in the shoulders. Simply keeping your arms outstretched and doing motions with your fingers and wrists at the same time like this, right? All the while keeping your arms fully extended. Believe me, it does actually take a lot of stamina. I think what people don't get is that these methods are cultivating a lot more than just strength. The focus is really not on brute strength, on heavy lifting, on bodybuilding. The focus is also on all these other things such as flexibility, mobility, and also a lot of mental aspects as well. The motions are often quite intricate and complicated when your different arms and your different hands are doing different motions all at the same time simultaneously and keeping it flowing. That does require a lot of mental focus, and so these workouts are both mental and physical at the same time. They do cultivate a lot of other attributes as well, which take a long time to get into, but that's pretty much just a basic short overview of what these methods do require. So to answer the question, no, they weren't weaklings. Yes, it does build muscle, but the strength is more functional and it's more flexible, and it's going to be also more hard and compact rather than big and bulky. So it is going to cultivate a different type of musculature than a modern bodybuilder is going to want to build. So the bottom line is, if you want huge muscles, no, don't look into old school physical culture methods. It's not going to really be up your alley. But if you're interested in cultivating a lot of other type of healthy attributes, as well as the mental aspect of it, then it might just be for you. Anyway, have a good day.